I was born to fish. I'm obsessed about being the complete angler. As a fishing journalist and photographer, I go to the greatest lengths to get the shot. Join me as I travel the world in search of fishing heaven. Barra! Oh, Barra!
Oh, yeah!
It's the one thing I wanted to do more than anything. Oh, until I hooked up. Wetting a line with some of the best fish shows on the planet.
Absolute cracker, mate.
Oh, yeah! The monster!
In fishing, you have your good days and you have your bad days.
Oh!
This is the ultimate fishing bucket list.
Except I'm fighting something bigger than a bucket.
Fishing is much more than just catching fish.
Butterfingers.
It's about sharing the adventure with your mates. This has given a whole new meaning to Fishing with Mates. I'm McGlashan, and this is Fishing with Mates. Woohoo! This week, I'm heading to Papua New Guinea. To take on the toughest fighting freshwater fish in the world.
Cut it to pieces.
PNG black bass live in the remote jungle river systems and have a reputation for bringing even the most seasoned angler to their knees.
You bloody bugger!
I'm meeting up with my old mate Molly from Sport Fishing PNG.
How you been?
Mate, I'm hanging for the bass. Let's go bass fishing.
Let's do it. Let's go. Oh. You ready?
I am so ready.
Let's do it.
And we're heading to the Gulf Province. Now, I hear the fishing is insane.
The place we're going to is Tarapo, which is in the Gulf Province. Roughly about 300k out of Moresby.
Now, we have to get permission from the various villages.
Every location we go to up this way, we all got to stop by a different village and sort of seek permission and all that. Luckily for you, we've done that years ago. When I heard Al was coming back to fish with me, I was pretty scared. The last time I fished with him, he almost chopped his finger off. So I was a bit worried this trip. I thought he'd get taken by a croc or probably lose his whole hand, I don't know. But it was a big worry.
After 5 hours on the road, we finally pull off at Tarapo. Now, you pull down a little dusty road and you're back in the jungle, and as we sort of weave our way through, we break out into this open area, and bang, the whole village are out there, got their headgear on. This is a welcoming like no other. Oh, mate, that's unreal, isn't it? That's awesome, isn't it? As you walk through all the dance groups, it's like going back in time. It's amazing, you know, you've got these guys dressed up and all the women in their grass skirts. It's almost indescribable, it's so amazing. To get a welcoming like that, tell you, that's pretty special. This trip, I'm joined by anglers from Singapore, Port Moresby, and my old mate Jason from Australia, who, let's just say, likes to come prepared. You've almost got the same amount of lure as I have.
Yeah, fairly similar by the looks of it.
So what'd you bring?
I brought little pieces of everything, mate.
Oh.
What about hooks? Did you bring plenty of hooks?
Yeah, I've got a pack. Look, spare hooks.
Beautiful.
But I've got the secret weapon. I got my Halcos.
What's your snapper?
What are you saying?
So
As soon as we were ready, we didn't waste any time. We were straight out on the water.
We're heading down to the mouth of this river. So this is a Tauri.
Yep.
It sort of heads down and then branches off into another estuary.
Oh, really?
Which we'll be going to, named Lelepiru.
So we take off and we're racing down the river and then we stop.
Afternoon.
Then we go slow, then we start. And then we go slow, and then we stop and start. And I didn't realise, but it was for the local villagers, when they're in their canoes, because they've got freeboard about that high, is that you've got to slow down because the wake will sink them. I'll tell you what, the last thing I want to do is upset any locals.
Alrighty.
This is the spot.
This is the one. We'll start off casting on this point over here.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
So this is PNG versus Australia, right?
All right, if you want it to be that way.
There's a lot of challenges involved with fishing the snags because both the barra and the bass are structure-oriented, so they're ambush hunters, so they're tucked right in the snags. So to get the bite, you've got to get your lure right in the snag. But you've got overhanging branches, you've got mangrove roots. So if you're not getting snagged up, you're not in the zone. Gear goes in, Jace comes up beside us and hooks up a good barra straight away. Tin ass. Oh, that's ridiculous. I've had one cast. How big is it? Like, it must be a metre.
You know where I pulled him from? Right where you cast.
Poacher.
Ooh.
That's pretty close.
Sort of thought he might have been a bass for a while, but he didn't come to the surface until right to the end of the fight.
It's pretty insane fishing when your bycatch is 1 metre barramundi.
First fish of the trip. Yeah. Absolutely stoked.
So I'm fired up. Jace has just caught one. I've got my lure. I've cast it into the same area.
Whoa.
Bang, hooked up.
Up.
Barra. Got him on. Comes screaming out and then jumps. Barra. And it's a barra. And it's a bloody good one. Bring him up. What a beautiful barra. Have a look at that. How fat are they over here?
Oh, very fat. All they do up here is eat.
He is a solid fish. I'd say we let this one go.
Yep, let this one go and...
Put him in over there.
Catch
You
him
can let him go.
another day.
Catch him another day when he grows a bit bigger. The concept of catch and release hasn't quite caught on with all the PNG locals. They want to eat the poor little bugger. Nice one too, eh?
That's good for eating.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Next one. Yeah, I don't think they're overly happy about it, but anyway. Mate, well done. Narrow down.
That's one down.
Aussie one.
You know what? Just have a look at that.
My barra was bigger than yours.
What do you got?
Metre 27. So I've got my barra. I'm 1 up. Australia is 1-0. And then Molly hooks up.
Yep.
Oh, he's got him. Going for the double. Come on, give me one. Oh, finally a jumper.
Hello.
Good one, this one.
He is.
Everyone goes silent. We're all waiting like, here he comes. Whoa! God, they're solid barra here, aren't they? Look at him.
You ready?
Woo! Well done, mate. Good barra. I'll give you that one. Bring her up, mate. God, they're all solid. Oh, they're such cool fish, aren't they? All right, we better let him go.
Nice and jumpy.
Yeah, he's no problem with that fish. While it was awesome to catch the barra, I've travelled a long way to catch the famous PNG black bass, and I'm not leaving until I get one. So where are the bass? They're sitting right in tight against the bank, aren't they?
Oh, what you get is a fallen snag somewhere in there.
And it's a mixture of cast and troll, isn't it? That you sort of cast it a bit, then...
Troll it, or if you sort of troll a bang, find a good snag,
and then cast it.
cast at it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's on. Ooh, back. Ooh. Oi.
Yep.
Yep.
Double!
Oh. Yep.
No friggin' way.
Yep.
Double!
Oh.
The bite from a black bass is ridiculous. I've loaded up 100-pound gears, dragging me over, and we get out a bit. Molly straightens his hooks, and I've got mine out, and I've held on for dear life, and I've got this fish up. Holding him up. Woohoo! Look at it! Black bass are only found in PNG and West Papua, isn't it? The other
Yes.
side there. And it is the toughest freshwater fish on earth.
Look at the tail on that fish.
Look at it. You pull it out, that's a massive tail.
So 14 pound.
PB. Look at that. Oh, that's what you come to PNG for.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's
what
it.
a beautiful fish. Off you go, mate. Heading back to the village, I was on a bit of a high. And I think the locals could sense my excitement. Or maybe it was just my dodgy dance moves.
I finally got some fans.
So the next day we head to Kapure, which is on the Paw Paw River, but getting there was an adventure on its own.
So we got to take a few cuttings to get there. The water at Paw Paw is totally different to the other mouth that we fished the other day. This one feeds out of the swamp.
You know, I'm excited. Catching that bass before has got me back into it, you know, like, now it's like, oh man, I've got to get a bigger one. Equaling the PB, that's it. That's nothing on what we're going to do.
Well, a 14-pounder made you squeal like a little girl, so let's see how you can handle a 20.
I know. So what's your biggest fish, Molly?
38 pounds.
38?
Yep.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That's only like double and a bit more than mine. Holy crap, when you said going through the jungle, you were serious.
Yeah, I was.
How's the navigation and this stuff? Like, these logs are treacherous and, you know, like,
Yeah.
God.
Straight. Swing, swing, swing. Swing. Opposite way, opposite way.
It's all right, we broke that one. The size of this log sitting here. So, was there a reason that you kept our passports?
Yeah, you don't need passports up here.
Am I getting out of here?
You'll be good.
You know, you're filling with confidence. So 1 minute we're in the thick of the jungle and I was starting to wonder whether we're actually going to get out. And the next thing, we break out onto the Paw Paw River. And this place is fishing heaven. Clean water. I couldn't wait to put a lure in. Holy crap, look at this for a joint.
It's good, eh?
So this is a coral sea out here. Hell.
Yep, just there.
Mate, there's some awesome country to fish here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the snags.
Good bass country through here.
They get some of their biggest bass in here, apparently. Biggest bass, and look at the water. It's crystal clear. Oh, bring it on. So the fishing action is looking really promising. But then, all of a sudden, a boatload of locals turn up, and they don't look happy. What's happening?
So seeing that boat rock up, I turned over, I had a look at Al. He went pale white. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So at first, I thought they were just coming over to say g'day. But then, there was a bit more to it. We had the president involved. What's happening?
We just came to see you guys.
Yeah?
Our president sent a message.
So we're in the wilds of Papua New Guinea, and you're not going to believe it. The president of the village has sent a text message to Molly.
You can read this message.
Ah.
It's from our president.
Al needs to catch a bass. As Molly's reading the text message, he's looking concerned. And I'm thinking to myself, we can't get kicked out of here. This is the spot. This is where we're going to catch the fish. So we're in the wilds of Papua New Guinea, and you're not going to believe it. The president of the village has sent a text message to Molly.
Oh, probably best we don't get this one.
So if you people want to come here, you people have to see him.
Obviously, the president of the village, he hasn't seen Fishing with Mates. He doesn't know how important I really am.
Oh, okay.
Eventually, a deal is brokered, but it comes with a catch. I've got to go and get the president of the village some fish for dinner.
When you get one, Barramundi, just cook it for us and we'll come and help you guys.
Yeah, Barramundi on the menu. Barramundi dinner. And I'll do it for you guys, hopefully.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, walk will come out now. Yeah.
All right, see you later, guys.
Okay.
What the hell was that all about?
Oh, they were just asking what we're doing here and checking to see if we've got permission to be here. It's amazing how they get the message out in these sort of areas. People are here. You keep the villagers happy, everyone's happy.
Come on, Bass. Come on. Come on, Bass. Out here.
So I've cast in against this tree, and I've been nailed. And this thing is a monster.
He's on.
The president's dinner is served.
Al's on.
That's if I can get it out of the snags.
He's coming with. When you're fighting PNG black bass, you have not won until you've got that fish in the boat. From when he's in that snag all the way, even in the net, I've seen bass put big, big holes in our net.
Oh, it's a good bass. God, they're strong.
Oh, that's a good one. Put it on.
It's all right, I got you now. You know, I'll swing him for you. Oh. I'll swing him up. Oh. My biggest bass ever, my PB, was in the net, it was out of net, and I end up with straightened hooked.
Don't call yourself the winner until that fish is on the deck.
That was a big bass.
Yeah, that was a good fish. That was an easy 30 pounds.
Really? Easy 30?
Yep.
My PB, come back, you bastard. After losing my PB bass, I decided to leave catching the president's dinner up to Molly.
Oh, only little that. Oh!
Unreal.
Oh, is that a triple tip?
That is not a gestury cod, is it? What is that?
Triple tip. Oh, no, it's not.
What is that? Cod of some sort.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
it's a cod.
We could give that to the village president.
Yeah, we'll do
President
that.
will be happy. Esky for him.
Esky for you. Right. When we first headed out, I asked Al if he could catch us some lunch. And after his efforts trying to catch dinner, I was a bit worried.
Jack, mangrove Jack, look at that.
That's lunch.
Oh, that's our lunch. So we pull up on the bank, we start cooking lunch. Talk about fresh, and this is about the best location you can do it. Lunch with style. You can't get much better than this, can you? Like,
Get
how
into
good
that.
does that Jack look?
Can't wait to get into that.
It's pretty awesome when you think about it. Here, I'm a million miles from anywhere. This Jack's just 1 hour old, that's it. It's fresh as.
No freezer burn.
Charles, you're not just a good-looking bloke, you're a chef, you're a cook, you're the chucks and all. Now let's eat this bloody thing. So you keep all the scales on so that you just peel it off like that.
Axe is foil.
Natural foil.
There you are.
Beautiful. As we headed back out, it was Aussie Al in front with 1 barra and 1 bass, while PNG Molly was trailing with only 1 barra, and the satisfaction of catching the president's dinner.
Come on, Bass. Come here. Come on, Bass. We are hungry. Come on, Bass. Come out. Come out and play with us. We are here. If you are strong, come to us.
It's not working. Haven't got one yet. Yep, he's on.
Fish on. Yep,
He's on.
Fish on.
Trying to get a double. Oh, is it a bass?
Oi. Turn the boat.
He's hooked pretty good by the look of it. Don't lose it. This makes you equal. I'll be nice to you for that one. Well done, mate. Look at that, mate. That's such a good, well done. And to think we just went through all that little, the middle of nowhere to catch this. And what, second cast, third cast?
Third cast in.
But we need to weigh him, because is he going to beat my 14-pounder? He cracks 12. So I'm still winning on size. That's the only thing I've got at the moment. I can't resist, even though there's crocs here. I reckon I need to jump in and do some photos next to the boat.
Yeah, the crocs in this river are pretty bad. They don't like to show themselves, but they're waiting for someone or something. So I'm happy to let Al go for a swim so I can catch more fish. All right, what do you say we let this one go?
Yeah, I reckon so. So it's 1-1 in the bass department, but mine's bigger. Well done, mate. You deserve that one. I'll give it to you. So as the day draws to an end, the scores are locked up at 2-2. It was now or never.
Yep. Whoa! Out. Quick.
Round.
Straight. Yep.
Coming out with us now.
Slow
down. Is he a metre?
Keep that pressure on him.
Seeing a barra come out of the water is one thing, but seeing a barra that's a metre long, he's got shoulders like that on him. When they come out of the water, it is a sight to behold.
He fought the fish well until the fish wanted to go for a jump.
Oh, no! Look at it, he just cut it to pieces. How unlucky can I be? 100-pound leader and I still bloody got drilled. It's brushed across the gill plates, which are razor sharp. Cut me off.
Oh! When that happened, seeing that line snap, Al's face, priceless. I was a bit worried. I was scared he was going to jump in the river and go for a swim with the croc, so I wasn't sure what he was going to do. And that, folks, is how you fish with McGlashan. So to get Al out of the dump, I thought, what better way than to go out and catch another fish. Oh, Foxy's trying to get me the snag.
Oh, that's a big barra. Foxy.
Woo! He's going for the jump, he's going to go for the jump.
That's a big bazza. Right hand down with the bow there, you'll drive over him otherwise.
Reverse, reverse, reverse. Reverse the other way.
That's it, yeah, swing like that.
He's going to go for a jump. Oh no, he's just chilling. Oh!
I was thinking I'm not going for the shot there.
All right, in the net he goes. All right. All right. I hooked a 1 meter barramundi. Now that is the best way to rub it into his face.
That is a big barra, man. Well done.
Oh.
I think you got a metre out of that.
Fat barra.
Have a
Very
look at
fat.
it. So in the end, PNG took the title. They got the biggest barra. There was no doubt about it. But you know what? The Aussies have still got the biggest. PNG, black bass. All right, I'll give you a hand. Drop him in. You got the...
Yep, got him there.
Look at the size of it.
One more big swim.
There we go. Oh, what a barra. Awesome fish, mate. Well done. Meet a barra. Well, PNG might have got the day, but I tell you what, here's to fishing with mates. Next time.
Oh, well.
Next week, our jungle adventure continues as we get tailed up by some of the biggest, meanest and nastiest PNG black bass on the planet. Outtakes.
What happens to you if you sink the boat?
We're gonna use our life jackets to save our lives.
Head up, head up, head up. Hurry, Laraba. Yeah? Morning. I'll go back to morning. Never do your interviews close to croc-infested water. Good night.